The Atlanta Hawks make absolutely no sense. They make no sense as a team. Like, if you look at how they've played this year, it is confusing. It is so confusing. They just make no sense. They make even less sense than if you guys are consistently watching the Hoopsmas videos and not subscribed to the Mick Talks Hoops channel. We are a Mick Hoops channel. We are trying to hit 6.8k by the end of the day. We're only 7 subscribers off. And we are also trying to hit 10k by Christmas. We're uploading 10 videos every single day between now and Christmas, including like redrafts every single day. We're going to be bringing news on every team, including some of the teams that suck, some of the small market teams. We're not just going to talk about the Lakers and Bronny, but we're going to be doing quite a bit of that too. Either way, though, let's talk about the Atlanta Hawks, because this team is, like, they're confusing. If you want to look at the standings, the Cleveland Cavaliers are 17-3. They lost one game to the Boston Celtics by 3 points when most of their team was injured. Do you want to know who both their other losses have come against? The Atlanta Hawks, who won they literally won an NBA Cup group that contained the Boston Celtics. They won their group in the NBA Cup. The Atlanta Hawks just clinched Group C. The Atlanta Hawks. And the worst team in the NBA, the Washington Wizards. They have won 2 games. Only 2 games for the entire year. So if you want to look, and you want to know who they were against, the Atlanta Hawks. The Cleveland Cavaliers have lost 3 games, and 2 of them were against the Hawks. But somehow, the Atlanta Hawks are the only team in the entire NBA to lose to the Washington Wizards. You know, we can get the Kuzma meme. It's like, you just don't want to be that team. If the Atlanta Hawks just didn't, I don't even know what they've been doing, but like, as long as, like, all they have to do is not lose those 2 games. And the Wizards would be 0-18. They would be 0-18. But it doesn't really matter. There's only a 14-game losing streak. The only reason this team was 500 because the Atlanta Hawks couldn't beat them. But yeah, the Cleveland Cavaliers would be 19-1 if they could just beat the Hawks. But the Hawks are such a weird team because Trae Young is averaging 12 assists per game. He's taking less shots and he's going like more so than ever into the facilitator role. He's averaging 12 assists per game. 12. Like, look at this. He is shooting sometimes pretty okay from 3, sometimes pretty okay from the field. He's not shooting terrible, but like, he's not shooting nearly as many shots. Field goals attempted this season, 16.4. He's taking 2 shots less per game than last year. He is taking the least shots since his rookie year. The Hawks have got, like, they don't have their pick, so they need to win, but yet they're still in the play-in. And if you're looking at the roster is just mad because you're still starting Clint Capella when you've got Onyeka Okongwu, which is better and 7 years younger. You took, with the number 1 pick, Zachary Risachet, who has been just a weird number 1 pick. Like, I still think in a redraft, you take Zachary Risachet because I just think his highs have been high enough with his length and him being the prototypical wing the NBA teams want. But like 17, 11, 14 his last 3 games, all at above 50% shooting. But then 5-4 in 2 losses. Like, he is somebody that is shooting the ball terribly. At least he's up above 40% in the season. And his 3-point shots pushing towards 30%. But 11.6 points. He'll play good defense. He's an interesting player. Jalen Johnson. Like, Jalen Johnson's been unbelievable. He's been unbelievable. Like, we knew Jalen Johnson. I thought Jalen Johnson would be good when he was drafted. Did not think he was going to be this good. Where is he? Like, the guy is averaging 20 and 10. He is, or 9.9 now. But he's averaging 20 and 10 in his, 4th year at 22 years old. DeAndre Hunter is still a long wing who can shoot the ball and score a little bit. Who, if you're wanting to keep Risachet, you can get good trade value for the guy. He's averaging 18 points per game. And a lot of these are coming off the bench. In his last 3 games, 26 in 30 minutes, 23 in 28 minutes, 18 in 25 minutes. You've got Dyson Daniels, who suddenly turned into one of the best glue guys in the entire NBA. Like, the Hawks have so much going for them. But then they'll go and lose twice to the freaking Wizards. Like, that's the reality of the situation with the Hawks, is that you don't know what you're going to get. They are 10-11, and on any given night, the Hawks are 4th in assists per game, 9th in points per game, but they are 28th in opponents' points per game. They are so bad on defense, but really good on offense, that on any given night, they could beat anyone. They could beat the Boston Celtics and lose to the Embiid, Paul George-less Sixers. They can go and beat the freaking Thunder one night and lose to the Raptors the next night. This is the most consistently inconsistent team. And it's ironic because we remember the season where the Hawks did not win. Not that they, or was it? No, it's not that they win or lose 2 games in a row. They never went 1 game above or 2 games above or 2 games below 500. There was literally like they would win, lose, win, lose, win. They literally did not go a single game above or below, more than a single game above or below 500 for an entire season. We saw them do it for like half of last season as well. And now we have got the most we had probably the most consistent team in basketball in terms of their totality of the season to what is one of the most inconsistent teams. Like, oh, it's funny watching everything going around the Hawks because nobody has a breeze what is happening. Like, I'm seeing after every Hawks game, no one knows. You could, like, if you walked into a Hawks game, you could genuinely just be like, I actually don't know what's going to happen. Someone replied to this tweet, if Jamal Murray was an NBA team. Like, they are literally the most bipolar team ever. The Hawks are the team you can count on and just not make any sense. Like, we've never seen anything quite like this. But on a positive side, if you're a Hawks fan, every game's going to be exciting because you might not lose. You might, like, you could win or lose any given game, so you have to watch all the games. You can make the playoffs and then mess about and win 4 out of 7 because no one has a clue what to do to guard you. Like, they're mad. It's mad. It's absolutely, absolutely mad when it comes to the Atlanta Hawks. And look, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. They've been fun to watch. They've genuinely been fun to watch because they've got a bunch of guys that play defense, they run, they play fast, and then you've got Trae Young, who's always going to be fun to watch. But the fact that they're so good in offense and so bad at defense means literally anything can happen in any game, which is, again, why they're such an interesting team.